We got a 1-year extension. Why don't we sign on right now?
Let me ask you a question. Did you get permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA right now.
Did your boss, Donald Trump, give you permission?
He's not my boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
so let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to shut the government down? Why did you vote to shut it down?
Let me ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to make yourself relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to this.
You're embarrassing yourself right now.
You could sign on to this. The only embarrassment here is you.
You're an embarrassment.
You saw it right there. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Republican Congressman Mike Lawler got into it yesterday over the ongoing government shutdown. Cenk, what is your take right off the bat? Some people are saying it was staged. I don't know if it looked like that, but I don't know. There's passion there, perhaps.
Yeah. So who won that debate? Correct answer, neither. And so Hakeem Jeffries kept saying you're embarrassing yourself, but I thought, yeah, no, both of you are. And not because they're yelling at each other in public. I don't mind that at all. And it's what they said and what they did that I think is wrong. So let's tell the folks what it's about, and then I want to come back and tell you why I think neither one of them is quite right.
Yeah, so Lawler was confronting Jeffries about his refusal to support a bill that would extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies for 1 year as part of the effort to reopen the government. Now, the credits expire January 1. The bill would extend them through the end of 2026, notably after the midterm elections. Not all Republicans are even on board with Lawler's plan. House Speaker Mike Johnson has said any extension of the subsidies would have to be accompanied by major changes to the ACA, or else he will not bring the bill to the floor for a vote. And on the other side, Jeffries has been clear that he wants a permanent extension on the subsidies, not a temporary fix. He told reporters this week, what world are these MAGA extremists living in right now to think the Democrats are going to go along with a 1-year extension from a group of people, meaning the Republicans, who just permanently extended massive tax breaks for their billionaire donors? It's laughable proposition. It makes no sense. The Democratic position has been clear, permanent extension. And then let's go from there, he adds. And today he doubled down saying, our view is that we need a meaningful response to addressing the Republican healthcare crisis, not simply a Band-Aid solution that Republican leadership in the House and the Senate don't even support right now. So with all that in mind, let's now watch more of this confrontation.
The largest cut to Medicaid in American history. You voted for that.
Fraud and abuse, by the way.
You voted
Tom DiNapoli, the Democratic controller of New York,
let me ask you a question.
Pointed out that $1.2 billion were wasted.
Listen, you're not going to talk to me. You're not going to talk to me and talk over me because you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why don't you just keep your mouth shut? You voted for this one big ugly bill.
You can extend it right now.
A permanent extension of massive tax breaks for your billionaire donors.
So 90% of Americans.
So they can get a permanent extension.
90% of Americans take the standard deduction.
Is that right? Why aren't you running for governor right now?
Because I actually enjoy this job, and I'm here to do it. And by the way, you could actually pass.
You enjoy being a lackey for Donald Trump
now.
I've indulged you. I've given you your 15 minutes.
You haven't answered any of the questions.
You're a complete and total embarrassment.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself in your district right now, and you're going down to defeat next year.
Class dismissed. Of course, both men are trying to capitalize on the altercation. Mike Lawler is already fundraising off of it. He sent supporters a link to this Win Red page asking for their donations. Even with the government shutdown, look what Mike is doing. He is still in Washington, D.C. for you. And he talks about Hakeem Jeffries briefly. And then here's Hakeem Jeffries. Some random Republican tried to come from me in the halls of Congress. Things didn't work out well for him. They also called Lawler an irrelevant individual. So the name calling, which reminds me of someone else who does it, I guess, better than anybody else. What do you think here? Because as I recall in recent days, Cenk, Hakeem Jeffries did say he wanted to debate Mike Johnson, who rejected that. Could a debate, not in the hallway, perhaps not speaking over one another, benefit the American people?
Yeah, no, I didn't mind Hakeem Jeffries asking for a real debate with Mike Johnson. A lot of people thought, oh, that's clownish. Nah, I don't mind it. I'd love to hear them, be on national TV and have a real debate over it. Because I don't, like, as bad a debater as Hakeem Jeffries is, I don't think Mike Johnson can win that debate, because he's going to force millions of Americans to have their premiums double. Then people aren't gonna like that. You can try to pretty that up any way you like, but that lipstick ain't gonna help that pig. So in terms of this breakdown, are they doing it on purpose? Jeffrey said at one point, you're making a show out of this. Hakeem, did you not notice all the cameras around? Like, yeah, you're both making a show out of this. And so why are they making a show out of it? Because number one, these days, in the old days, you only raise money through corporate and foreign government donors and you serve them. These days, good news, bad news, you could also make money by doing outlandish things and getting on TV and then getting your own, and then sending emails to your own side going, I've been attacked by Hakeem Jeffries. I was attacked by a Republican in the hallways. And then you're gonna raise a lot of money and stuff. And then Hakeem wants to show like, I'm a tough leader and I'm fighting for the Democrats, right? So they're obviously doing it on purpose in front of the cameras. I've seen Hakeem Jeffries be challenged many times and he just walks away. He doesn't want any piece of that. In this case, he's walking right into it because this serves his political purposes too. Like the first thing he started with, you're doing this for your boss. Trump is your boss. And then Lawler says he's not. Of course Trump is Lawler's boss. On the other hand, that's not the win you think it is. Like real people know that all the Republicans serve Donald Trump. You're not proving anything with that point. Inside Congress, the representatives pretend that they're independent. That's why Hakeem's saying that, even though like no actual person thinks they're independent. By the way, was Hakeem Jeffries independent during the Biden years? No. When Biden told him, his boss told him, shut up and pretend I'm young and dynamic, Hakeem Jeffries pretended Biden was young and dynamic because Biden was his boss. I mean, who's he kidding, right? On the other hand, fairest show in America, even though I don't love Apex Shakur, Hakeem did land one good blow, make one good point, and that was on the substance. He said, look, I don't know if you guys heard it clearly enough, but this is the thing I would have emphasized. And he said, look, you're offering as a compromise, you're gonna double everybody's premiums, but you're gonna delay it 1 year, by the way, right until after the 2026 election. And then if they win again, then you're gonna feel the pain, right? But they're like, that's not a bad idea. We'll look like we're compromising and we'll delay the pain till after the election. We'll trick the American people one more time, right? So Hakeem Jeffries is saying, but wait a minute, you guys said that you wanted the tax cuts for the rich to be permanent and you did make them permanent. So when it comes to the rich, everything is permanent. But when it comes to relief for the average American, that's only 1 year, right? And it's a political trick. And he was totally right about that.
So do you think that Hakeem Jeffries should have done what he's done in the past, as you referenced, and just walk right by Lawler?
No, I just would have done a better job debating. Okay, so
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and he's like, he complained about the other guy talking over him. I mean, you guys have seen me. Ain't nobody talking over me. Okay, so if I was in that situation, I would have been like, so you're gonna double people's premiums. You hate the average American. To admit you hate the average American, you're gonna double their premiums. On the other hand, you love the rich. You love the rich, right? You increase their taxes, their tax cuts. All you did was tax cuts for the rich. Mike Lawler, why are you for the rich and against the average American? Answer why you want their healthcare premiums to double, because that's a fact, Mike Lawler. Why do you hate the average American? Tell me why you hate the average American. Tell to the cameras, right? But you got to be as aggressive as me to do that, I guess. He's only the leader of the Democrats in the House, so I mean, knowing how to debate. He knows how to collect money though, he knows that. But anyway, overall, he had one good point, Lawler had none. I give the battle to Hakeem Jeffries. Am I not merciful? Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.